Hello, thank you for sticking with us so far. Here is the third video in setting up our Zoom account. So in the first video, we practiced creating a Zoom account with our own email address, and now we have our own Zoom account. We are Amy Panda with our own email account, logged on to zoom.us. Now we're going to install Zoom as an application on our laptop that we'll be using for this demonstration. So, logging on to Zoom, this is our log on homepage, which we also call the dashboard. Now, Zoom makes it very easy for us. We just want to download here, this blue button that says Start, Join, and Schedule Meetings directly from your Zoom desktop client. So what that means is you won't need to open an internet browser in order to access your Zoom meetings. You will only need Zoom desktop client or app, the Zoom app. You can also get this on your phones, tablets, etc. So I click the button. This is the download center. Make sure you're on zoom.us where you will get secure downloads. You will click this other button that says download. We will wait for this to install. So sometimes it takes a long time depending on your internet speed. So whether you have Wi-Fi or an internet cable. Good, so this is installed. You want to open the file. It's important to just be patient. So, check. There we go. So it's thinking, didn't click anything. It's just automatically running. Though this will be slightly different if you have a Mac computer, it will also look different if you are buying, or not buying, if you're installing from an app store on a phone or mobile device. So now we just wait for this, what we call a progress bar. It starts at 0 and goes to 100. It shows the progress, so a progress bar. You do all the changes on your computer. So you might be able to see this on the screen recording, you might not. We have a dialog box, a window that popped up, and it says, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? And then it has a picture of the app's icon. It says Zoom Video Communications Inc. We want to click yes. We want to allow it to make changes. And then it's allowed to make its changes. It's good, and it's a special digital law that people who make apps have to ask permission and you have to grant permission. So it helps keep people safe from because you can install bad things by accident. So having extra security built in by having the people read and confirm. The idea is to help bad software from spreading. Good. So installation was successful. You're on this version. It means it is up to date. This is a checkbox. You can automatically keep Zoom client up to date or not. It doesn't really matter, at least to me. So, and it's if they release a new version of Zoom, you don't have to go to their website and download it again. The application that we now have here, we'll just download it on its own. Good, so we don't need this. We can X out of, remember these are called tabs up here, 1, 2, 3 tabs. So we don't need this. Let's go to our inbox. This is my Gmail. This is a confirmation that my password was reset. That was from the last video, if you remember. So let's minimize. So this is closing out a window. You could also make it smaller, but we want to minimize. Here's our PowerPoint. We can also minimize our PowerPoint because what we're looking for is, okay, so we have installed the Zoom app, which we just saw. I closed out of it, but we're going to practice finding it on our own. So on a Windows computer, which are probably from what I heard, the most popular type of computer, how do we find Zoom? I know we installed it, but I don't see it anywhere here. Do you? So we can go into this search bar and start typing. Type here to search, it says. And we have to know how to spell Zoom. So we type in Z, that's the first letter, and then it has to think for a little while. This is a bit of a slower computer. Ah, we have it. Best match, the app Zoom. So what we want to do is open it, but first, so we can find it, maybe we should pin it to the taskbar. Pin to taskbar, which means it will always show up down here because this is an application, this is an app that we want to use very often. So when we want to open Zoom, we can just click on this button on the taskbar. Or we could go to the menu, the search menu, and hit open. So we will wait for it to open. Now this should look familiar. We're in Zoom. We can either join a meeting without logging in, and it will ask us to, oh, that's my husband's name. Type in the meeting ID, and we have to name ourselves so our teacher knows who we are. Or when we sign in, this is our Zoom login, remember, our Zoom login. So we will put our email that we used to create the Zoom account and our password, secret password. We can sign in. This is if you don't want to put in your password every time. It is your choice if you want to stay signed in and you don't have to enter this information anymore. But we're going to not click that option because it's my husband's computer and he doesn't need access to my Zoom all the time. It's just class things that he doesn't need English classes because he speaks English. So this is what your Zoom dashboard looks like on the application. Now another way to join a meeting is here, and you will get the same meeting ID, and then it will ask you for a passcode afterwards. Remember to change your name. This is how you would join your class meeting. This is our Zoom app. You can also do this on your phones. So good. Now, this is my icon right now. I can change my picture if I want to. It's also okay just to leave it as the letters. So if you click change picture, you will go to zoom.us again. This is why it's important to have a Zoom account if you want to change your picture. So we might have to log in again. If you have no interest in, oh, maybe we'll do this in another video. This might take a long time. All right, go to work, people. We'll review signing into a Zoom meeting in the next video. Okay? So where is my, how do I stop the recording?